Look how cute you are with your little blankie. Come on. Guys, and welcome back to another Vioda video. This morning I went for a really exciting meeting at my favourite theatre, which was the Royal and Derngate Theatre. And whilst I was there, it was really good to be back, and I consider this theatre as the place where I started my career. And when I was there, it made me think about all the reasons why I love theatre. So that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to be listing all the favourite things that I love about theatre. I have loved theatre for as long as I can remember. Probably ranging all the way back to when I was little. My granddad would sit me down and we'd actually watch The Wizard of Oz together. And then from then, it's pretty much been a part of my life, theatre and musicals and plays and anything to do with the performing arts. It's just been part of my life, and I've never known my life without it. This eventually led on for me finding a love for singing, where I remember my mum and dad would take out the karaoke machine and I'd sing things like Can You Feel the Love Tonight by Elton John, and anything to do with Disney I would just sing on the karaoke machine, even though I didn't know much of the words. Singing to this day is still a massive passion of mine, which then led me on to my first drama school, where I just went to a normal Saturday theatre school and I got involved in things like amdrams and musicals and plays, and eventually I joined the youth theatre, which was at the Royal and Derngate. That is why the Royal and Derngate Theatre holds such special memories to me, because that theatre I consider to be the place where my career really started, and it was the first time there that I kind of realised that theatre is what I wanted to do. Number one, obviously the productions. I have been so lucky to have seen so many productions for the last how many years. I think my first production I saw was We'll Rock You in London's West End, and I was only 12 years old, and from that moment I think I was just hooked to musical theatre. I've seen plenty of shows, some in London's West End, some in local regional theatres, Edinburgh Fringe Festivals or any Fringe Festivals, and some theatre shows that are site specific and not actually in theatres. Every time I go see a show, it's like I'm completely transformed and immersed into that world. I forget about everything else that's going on in my life. I'm just completely 100% transformed into that world and what the story is telling, and the characters and the music and the choreography and everything to do with that show. And there's so much talent out there. All the shows that I've seen have given me so much joy to go and watch. Even if the show may not necessarily be a joyful show, but even so, any show that I go and see just gives me so much joy and passion, and it just makes me happy inside every time I go into the theatre. I think every time the show ends at theatre, I think I find myself crying because I almost don't want it to be over. But over the years, I can say that I have been extremely lucky to go and see many productions, and the proof is in how many tickets I have collected, which there's a lot. Number two, the variety of jobs and work experience there is to offer in theatre. Now, this is a really relevant topic for me to talk about, considering that I have been looking for jobs, obviously leading up to when I leave uni, and I've been lucky enough to be accepted onto an internship. There are so many different aspects of theatre that someone can get involved with, and I'm lucky enough to actually almost be involved in different sort of aspects of theatre. I've had not only the chance to be a performer and train as a performer, but I've also had a bit of a dib-dab in a bit of stage management, a bit of front of housing, a bit of producing, obviously, lighting, music. I've been lucky that there is so many different things you can get involved with theatre, and I don't think many people understand how many people actually work behind a production. There are so many different creatives that work behind a production, and so many different roles that are needed in order to put a production on stage. And there's also a huge variety of things that people can get involved with, whether it's a career or whether it's just a hobby. For me specifically, good places that I have found, like job advertisements when looking for jobs, are places like The Stage, who also do a subscription magazine, which also have their jobs listed in that. There's art jobs, and there is also UK Theatre, which lists jobs as well, which I am constantly looking at the moment because I'm ready to obviously look for jobs. Or if you're just someone out there who's looking to get work experience, there are plenty of work placements and internships available. For example, my internship that I've been accepted on for summer is the Fuel Theatre Producing internship. So there are so many internships out there, and there is actually a website that lists where you can actually find work placements and internships, whether you're at university between your second and third year, or you're someone like me who is leaving university and is looking to take their career to the next level. One of the best places I found to find work experience and work placements is the ATG website, which is one of the biggest theatre websites in the UK. And the website that I found my fuel internship was on a website called ayoungertheatre.com. The article actually is from 2010, but I'm pretty sure that the majority of the internships are still available for people out there who are looking for work experience. I thoroughly recommend looking at those websites if you are looking for work experience. If you're not looking for work experience and just want to get involved with theatre for fun, there are so many theatres out there that offer sort of part-time workshops or evening workshops or classes for anyone out there who just wants to get involved. For example, Royal and Derngate, they offer weekly youth theatre sessions, they offer masterclasses, or if you're a bit older than a youth theatre student, so say 21 and above, there are adult classes available at many theatres across the country. I know Milton Keynes Theatre offers things like tap classes, musical theatre classes, and creative writing classes for people who are 21 years and over. So just have a look around at every theatre. If you're wanting to get involved with theatre, there are so many classes and so many places out there that offer things for all ages out there. Number 3, stagecraft. Now, I've got a big love and appreciation for anybody that works behind anything to do with stagecraft. People that I specifically mean are people like stage management. I know a lot of people that work in stage management, and I give my hand to them because they are probably one of the most hard-working people I've ever seen work in a theatre, because the majority of people I know who work in theatre are working for free rather than getting paid for it. So the amount of work they have to go through and the amount of stuff that they get thrown at the stage management team is unbelievable, and I know hopefully one day that hard work will be paid off, because it's just unreal how much they do and how much is thrown at them. Sometimes stage management people actually, not only are they working on one half of stage management, but they'll be thrown into different departments to do with stage management. But you can honestly see the hard work being paid off when you go and see a production. The sets, the lighting. Obviously we're also with people like a DSM, which stands for Deputy Stage Manager, or an ASM, which is an Assistant Stage Manager. I truly believe a show wouldn't run properly because the DSM basically calls the show. They make sure that the cast are ready, backstage, ready to go on stage. If they didn't have one, I'm pretty sure the show wouldn't really run as well. And there are people out there like technicians and designers out there that they may or may not get the most appreciation in theatre. But honestly, they do probably the hardest job in theatre as well. Without them, there would be no show once again, because how would anything run? And it's so good that people out there are getting recognised for their hard work. For example, the recent Olivier Awards, there's actually people out there that won awards for all their hard work. Mark Henson won Best Lighting for Gypsy. Anna Fishley, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, I'm really sorry, but she won Best Set Design for Hangman. Greg Barnes won Best Costume Design for Kinky Boots. And Tom Gibbons won Best Sound Design for People, Places and Things. So it's already celebrated. There are people out there who are working hard out there in the industry that are doing jobs that may not necessarily be seen on stage or may not necessarily be appreciated out front, but they are getting awarded for their hard work in massive celebration events like the Olivier Awards. I have a lot of love and appreciation for those people, so thank you, stage management. Thank you, stage management, lighting designers, costume designers, set designers, ASMs, DSMs, any people in that bracket. You are the best kind of people. Number 4. Oh, I can't do a 4. Number 4, yeah. Theatre accessibility. Now this to me is a really, really important one for me, and I'm so glad that more theatres out there are doing this. Theatres such as the National Theatre are now giving the opportunity for people out there, such as people who may have a disability, whether that's mentally or physically, people that are blind, people that are deaf or partly hard of hearing, and people out there who may have autism. They are offering things out there for people who may have a disability, such as a Disabled Access Day, where people who do have a disability can actually go and see the theatre on a day where it's not busy and they have complete access to it. There are now performances out there like audio described performances for those out there who are blind or visually impaired, captioned performances for deaf or partially hard of hearing, and they offer now relaxed performances, which I've seen examples of around lots of theatres. For example, the Cambridge Theatre now do it for their relaxed performances of Matilda. Wicked now offer a relaxed performance. These relaxed performances are aimed for people or children who may be on the autism spectrum or have learning disabilities and would prefer a much relaxed performance rather than the usual performance that is offered, which tends to be a lot louder and more frantic and may not necessarily be comfortable for those people who would prefer a relaxed performance. But I've always found with theatre that I personally feel that anybody and everybody should do theatre. One of my old friends from youth theatre was heavily disabled, and she was probably one of the most talented actresses I've ever met. The youth theatre, the Royal and Derngate, made sure that she would have all the access possible for her to get involved with productions as much as we would. I personally think people out there who discriminate anybody that has a disability, whether that's mentally or physically, it should just, no, I just think it's wrong. People out there who discriminate people like that, I think you're wrong, absolutely wrong. I think theatre should be accessible for everybody. Like I said, I've been lucky enough to meet people in my youth theatre that are all people that I've worked with in the past that have had a disability, and they have got as much talent and as much passion for theatre as anybody else would. Theatre should not be limited to one type of audience. It should be accessible and inclusive to anybody and everybody. And number 6, it gives people freedom and expression. Personally for me, being involved with theatre has given me so much confidence over the years. It's given me a chance to express myself in ways that maybe other subjects might not necessarily. It's given me a place where I can feel comfortable around people, that I don't have to feel embarrassed. I don't have to feel like I'm doing anything wrong. It gives you that opportunity to completely express who you are and what you want, and you don't have to feel like you're sort of making a fool out of yourself around everybody, because most likely everyone else around you is making a fool out of themselves as well. Number 7, the merchandise. Now, I am such a huge theatre merchandise hoarder. Every show I've seen since my first show, I've always collected or bought something from the theatre. I have literally a whole stack of theatre programmes that I've collected over the years, and I love collecting them. I love looking back on them, because with programmes, I love looking at things like where the cast have trained, who's directed it, what producers are involved in producing the show. And it's just really cool to flick through, and also you've got something to obviously remember the show by. But that's all from me today. I hope you liked this #stagey video. Tell me, what are the things that make you happy about theatre? What are the things that you love about theatre? Are there any shows that you've seen that have inspired you, or are there any areas of theatre that you've worked in that you've particularly enjoyed? Or if you've got any questions regarding how to get more involved in theatre, or are you looking for a job or an internship, comment below, let me know. And if you do like this video, give it a like and subscribe. I woke up today again and I found that I'm now 4 subscribers away from 300 subscribers. So if you like this video, spread the word and let's get to 300, and I might make a cheeky little 300 subscribers special video, so you never know. But until then, guys, thank you for watching another VO'd video. I'll be back on the 8th of April. Is it the 8th? Yes, the 8th of April, back with another VO'd video. Don't know what it's going to be yet. I'm kind of just improvising with these videos. And like I said, I want to make videos that are purposeful and not just sort of vlogging for the sake of it. So let me know if there are any video ideas you'd like me to do, or any topics you'd like me to discuss. But until then, guys, stay stagey, and I'll see you soon. Bye! If you'd like any advice on how to find a part-time job, especially for those who are at university or about to start university in September, comment below. I'd love to hear your questions or get a discussion going. Hopefully this video has helped you out in some way. I know this video was specifically for VODA, but like I say, I don't want to just vlog for the sake of it.